In DML, basically we know DML is nothing but manipulating the records. Okay, data manipulation language is basically used for manipulating any record, any of the records in the database. So what are the options for manipulating it? They are select, insert, update, and delete. Okay, where insert command is basically used to retrieve the data from the database. Insert command is used to insert the data in the database, and update command is to update any values, okay, or data variables in the database. Whereas delete command is used to delete all the records in the database. Next, first we'll see insert. Okay, as we said, insert is used to insert the data in the database. So let's see the syntax. Insert into table name. Okay, and you can write the syntax in two ways. The first one is column 1, column 2 till column n values, and write down the values. Okay, so the first one is insert into table name. Write the column names in a bracket and close the bracket, values, and give the values for those columns. Or you can insert in other way, that is insert into table name, values, and start inserting all the values. Okay, so here what happens is, whenever you use the first syntax, okay, the first syntax here, whenever you use this syntax, so what happens is, suppose you have n number of columns, but in those columns you want to insert values to only hardly 3 columns. Let me say you want to insert in column 1, 3, and 5. Only those 3 columns you want to insert. So what you can do is write here column 1, 3, 5, and give values only to those columns. Okay, so you can use the above syntax for that. And if you want to give values for all the columns, you can write in this. Just direct write insert into table name, values, and insert all the values. Okay, so here let us see an example where insert into works, where I want to insert the author name and the subject. Okay, so author, name, author, subject, values. Author is Suno, and subject is DBS. Next is select. As we know, select is used to basically fetching or retrieving data from the database. Okay, so fetching can be done. Okay, fetching or retrieving the data can be done for the entire table or the table with some specific rules. Okay, all the records with some specific rules. Okay, where the result data which we are retrieving, the result record or the result table which we are retrieving, is also called as result set. The syntax is select. Either it is select column name. Okay, column name, any of the column which you want to display now from table name. Okay, or here you can also write same select star from table name. Now whenever we use star, it by default means all the columns or all the attributes of a particular table is displayed. But when we specify column 1, column 2, only the values of those columns are basically displayed. Okay, that's it. That's what. If you want to fetch all the entire table, all the fields in the table, you need to specify star here. Okay. Now suppose there's a query to fetch the roll number, name, and age from the table student. Okay, so they want us to fetch what attributes we need to fetch: roll number, name, and table. So how we need to write select roll number, name, age from student. Okay, so all the records related to these columns will be displayed. Next is update. Now this update command is used to modify or update a value. Basically is nothing but update is nothing but modifying, changing something. Okay, so what will be the syntax? Okay, update table name set column name equal to this value. Okay, where with some condition. Okay, so let us see an example. How do we write it actually? Okay, I want to update the username has Suno. Okay, where student ID is 3 from student table. So how will I write? Update students set in syntax. If we are using set, what is the column name? Username equal to Suno. And what is the condition? Where condition is student ID equal to 3. So in the table, wherever student ID is equal to 3, I will set the username as Suno. Okay. Next is delete. Now, delete is nothing but either deleting one row, two row, or all the rows of the table. Okay, and once the rows are deleted, they cannot be. You won't be able to get them back. So, what is the syntax? Delete from table name where condition. Okay, or directly delete from table name. So here we are writing delete. We want to delete the books where author name is Suno. So delete from books where author name is Suno and books is the table name. Next is data control language. Now basically what do you mean by data control language? Whenever we say data control language, basically it means this is controlled by someone, administrator. Okay, there is an administrator who controls this particular database. Okay, and that administrator provides grant and revoke privileges for each and every user who is using that particular database. Now, what do you mean by grant? Grant is nothing but it allows the user to access privileges of the database. That is nothing but read, write, right? Read, write. Any privileges, either reading or writing, privileges granted to a particular user. Revoke is nothing but taking back those privileges which has been granted. Okay, that is what we call revoke. Now, grant, as I've said, it is used to give a user access privileges to a database. Now, how do you write it? Grant, either select or update on my table, grant, select, comma, update on my table to some user, comma, another user. So here, sir, so what do we write is grant, select, update on my table. That is nothing but the table name to who are the different users. What are the different user IDs? We have to specify that. Next, revoke is nothing but it is used to take back permissions from the user. So how do you revoke it? What is the example? Revoke, select, comma, update on my table from user 1, user 2, user 3. Okay. Next, those are nothing but data control languages. Next, we'll see transaction control languages. So these are not for your exam, but these all commands we have in transactions. So I'm going through them. Okay. Now, what is TCL is basically transaction control language. Okay, which deals with transaction within the database. Okay, and we have seen the commit command. When we use commit command, when we need to commit a particular transaction. When we use rollback, whenever there is a particular error or any error occurred while executing a transaction. And what is the save point? To roll save point is used to roll back the transaction, making points within the groups. Okay, so basically I've explained you what is save point. Save point is nothing but a point which we are making, okay, so that we no need of storing the particular logs of each transaction. So at that particular point, from that point to previous, if any transaction happened, those all logs won't be there and they will be updated to database. But after that save point has occurred, till now, if any save point is not there and there is a crash or any error occurs, okay, let it be physical or any damage or something, then what happens? All the transactions are either done rolled back or, okay, either rolled back. That is nothing but it is done undo or redo. Next is set transactions. This is the specifying characteristics of a transaction. Okay, so you have rollback syntax where deleting something and just writing rollback, you'll get back this thing. then save point and save point name in a transaction. Now next, after this, I have specified two questions, means two answers here, where these are nothing but one of the two of the repeated questions in your exam. One is database users. One is database user. Database user and their interface. Okay, what interface are they using when they are accessing? So what are database users basically? Any whenever we say database user, or let me take a normal user, any user. When you call a person or a people has a user when he interacts with a particular system. Okay, so database user is nothing but these are the users who interact with the system. Okay, there are four types of database users. One is naive user, application programmers, sophisticated programmers, OLAP programmers. Okay, there are four programmers. I mean, four types of users. First is naive users. Now, what do you mean by naive users? Naive users are basically users who don't directly interact with the database basically. Okay, they use some application, okay, which is already available, which can be easily interacted. Okay, they use such application to interact with the database. And one best example is to transfer the program from one account to the another. Okay, here you need an application program called transfer. Okay, so they manually no need of transferring anything. There is an application already available which they are using. Okay, application program which is already available which they are using to perform the task. Okay, just a minute. Next are sophisticated users. Sophisticated users are these are the users. This uh, basically these users, they don't write any program. Instead they directly interact with the system. Okay, now without writing programs, how do they interact? They interact with the help of database query languages. Okay, these users submit their query to query processor, and from their query processor break the DML statements into instructions that can be understood by the storage manager. Okay, and one example of sophisticated users is analyst. Analyst is one of the among of the sophisticated users. They use the tools to perform their tasks, such as one is OLAP, that is online analytical processing. It helps the analyst to view them, to view the data and summarize all the data in different ways. Next is data mining tools. It helps the analyst to find a certain kind of pattern, to find a certain kind of pattern, to find a certain kind of pattern in the given data. So basically analysis is nothing but they try to find any pattern of the data given. Okay, basically whenever some data is given, what they basically do is from those data they try to make up a graph, and with those graph they try to analyze what is happening. Okay, that is nothing but they're trying to find what is the pattern which is taking place. Okay, next is specialized users. Now whenever we say specialized user, a sophisticated user can be specialized user. Okay, now specialized user, the specialized user, what they do is they write specialized database applications that differ to traditional framework for data processing. So basically it's nothing but they use CAD, knowledge base and other systems for sophisticated one, or the for trying to get the complex data. Okay, specialized users, what they do is sophisticated users are also can also be called as specialized users. But these specialized users, what they do is they write some database applications. Okay, they write down on some database applications which is used to get some complex data. So they use some interfaces here, that is nothing but CAD knowledge base and system that store the complex data types and also environment modeling the systems. Okay, that is one of the questions where we have seen 4 users. Okay, and their interfaces. Next is functions and responsibilities of DBA. That is nothing but functions and responsibilities of database administrator. Now, basically, who is the database administrator? Okay, now database administrator is a person in your organization who controls the design and the use of the database. Okay, so database administrator is nothing but a person who controls the design and the use of the database, which refers database use of database, which refers to DBA. Now, the first function of the DBA is schema definitions. Okay, now what do you mean by schema definition? The DBA, the database administrator definition, the logical schema of the database. They basically define the database in the logical part. Okay, the schema refers to overall logical structure of the database. Now, according to this schema, database will be developed to store required data for an organization. So, what database administrator basically do is they define the logical schema of a database. Okay, and this logical schema, what it does is nothing but it's a logical structure of the overall logical structure of the whole database. Okay, and according to this schema, database will be developed to store required data for an organization. Okay, so basically what happens here, whenever we say schema definition, the DBA, they define a logical schema of the database. This logical schema of the database is nothing but the overall logical structure of the database. Okay, and according to the scheme, the database will be developed and stored, developed to store the required data for an organization. Next is store structure and access method definition. Now, here basically the database administrator, he decides how the data is to be represented in the stored database. Okay, that is nothing but stored structure and access method. That is nothing how the database is represented in stored database. Next is assisting application programmers. Now, here what DBA does is it provides some assistance to the application programmers to develop their application programs. Next is physical organization modification. Now, what DBA does is it modifies the physical organization of database to reflect the changing needs by the needed by the organization to improve the performance. That is nothing but physical organization. Next is approving database access. Now, what do you mean by approving database access is nothing but the database administrator determines which user needs to access which part of data. Okay, till now we have seen that DCL, that is granting and revoking the permissions. Okay, those are decided by database administrator. He decides what permission to be granted to what set of group of people, okay, for that particular project, and later at what time it should be revoked. Okay, so according to this, various types of authorizations are granted to different users. Yes, because there are different employees which are working in different projects and at different level. Okay, so each will be having different authorizations. Okay, different permissions are given to them. Next is monitoring the performance. Now, database administrators also monitor the performance of the ensure. They ensure that the physical and logical schema, okay, is performing better, okay, which is required by the organization. Next is backup and recovery. Now database, uh, basically we say database should not be basically lost or damaged, okay, which is ensured by the database administrator. So what he does is periodically he keeps on backing up the database on the magnetic tapes or the some other servers, remote servers, what you can say it as. In case of failures such as virus attacks, database is recovered from this backups. Okay, so that's all for today. So we have done with today DML, DCL, and TCL. Okay, we have done with TCL grant DML. That is, first we have done with insert, then select, then delete, update. Okay. Then we have seen DCL, that is granting, revoking. Okay, and these are the one of the important previous questions. Okay, your DML and DDL. Next is TCL. Then what are the database users and the interface which we are using. This also is one of the previous question of the previous question papers. So you have basically 4 different users. One is naive users, which don't write any program. What they do is they use some application program which is already developed. Next is sophisticated users. These people also don't write any program, but they write queries. Okay, queries, and these queries is submitted to query processor. Okay, and this query processor, what it does is it breaks down the DML statements into instructions, which is understood by the storage manager. Okay, and one best example of sophisticated users is analyst. Okay, so analyst uses OLAP, that is online analytical processing, and data mining tools. Okay, so these are the interfaces which they use. Next is specialized users. This few of the sophisticated users can also be called as specialized users because they are used to write some data applications. Okay, data applications which are very much complex, and the interfaces they basically use are CAD systems, knowledge based systems, okay, that store some complex data types, and also environment modeling systems. Next are the functions and responsibilities of DB. So what are those? DBS is but nothing but a database administrator who controls the design and the use of the database. Okay, first responsibility is schema definition. Okay, so he has to define a logical schema of the database, and after defining it, this logical schema is nothing but overall logical structure of the database. Next is storage structure and access method. Okay, and basically this DBA, database administrator, he decides how the data should be presented and stored in the system. Next is assisting application programmer. This is one of the responsibility where the DBA has to assist, okay, or provide assistance to application programmers who develop these application programs. Next is physical organization modification. Okay, now DBA modifies the physical organization of the database, and why that does that? To reflect the changes that is needed by the organization. Okay, next, approving data access. Now, as we know, there are n number of users in an organization for a database of that organization. So each user has, or each or set of group of people. Okay, there are set of group of people. Each set of group of people works do some operations. Okay, and they are at different level of accessing the data. Okay, based on their level or based on their what project they are doing, they are giving the access. Next is monitoring performance. Now your database administrator has to ensure, okay, the better performance is maintained. Okay, in physical and logical schema if required. So he keeps on monitoring the performance. Next is backup and recovery. Now what database does is it ensures periodically backing up. He ensures periodically backing up of the data. Okay, and once if suppose say due to some virus attack, this database has gone down. Okay, or due to some virus attack, the database needs time to recover itself. So at that time what they do is, with the help of the backup data, they try to recover the database. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.